welcome to D-Ray Shop. Today I'm doing emergency surgery on this here KTM dirt bike. Customer brought it in kind of at the last minute. He's getting ready to go on a vacation for a few days and get a chance to do a little dirt bike riding. And his bike's been sitting up for a little while, and he got it out, put some fresh gas in it, started it up. Seemed to run out okay, but it just doesn't really want to idle. So after consulting with me for a little bit, we determined that the low-speed jet is stopped up on the carburetor. And we really don't have time to properly disassemble the carburetor, soak it in carburetor cleaner, and clean it out the right way. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it quick and dirty. We're just going to pull the base off that carburetor, get the low-speed jet out of it, clean it out, put it back together, and we're not even going to completely remove the carburetor from the bike. We're just going to pull it off enough to get the bowl off of it. So y'all hang loose and I'll show you how to get her done. Got our carburetor pulled loose from the intake manifold, and what I did is I just turned it sideways so I could get to all the screws that holds the float bowl on. And I'm just going to take this last screw out of the float bowl. And there again, this is not the proper way to do this, but under the time constraints we've got to work with, this is going to be the quickest way to get this done. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this bowl out of the way. Oh yeah, she's got plenty of grunge and stuff in the bottom of it there. But what we're going to concentrate on is going to be the main jet and the low speed jet. This is your main jet here. Now, even though the machine was running okay, we're probably going to go ahead and pull that out and clean it out right quick just to make sure it's not restricted. Since this is a two-stroke, if it's restricted enough, it can actually lean the machine out and cause it to hold a piston or score a piston. Right up in this little hole here is where the low-speed jet's going to be at. So let's take a look at that. There she comes. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's nice and green on the end. So we're going to clean that jet out right quick. Got our low speed jet all cleaned out now, so I'm going to set it aside, and I decided I'd go ahead and remove the main jet and go ahead and run the jet cleaner through that to make sure that it's not restricted any at all. And the tool I'm using, this is a Honda jet cleaner set, and what this is a set of indexed wires of different gauges that are specifically designed for use in carburetor jets. And the good thing about it is these won't damage your jets. They're not serrated like any kind of a file or anything like that, so you can just run that through there and make sure you've got all the varnish and stuff out of that jet. And what I'll do is I'll put a link down below for the part number for this jet cleaner set. You can get these at any Honda dealership. They're not very expensive, and this is a safe way to clean your carburetor jets. You don't want to run a piece of just hardened steel wire or a drill bit or anything like that through those jets, because they're all made out of brass, and they're real easy to change the jet size in it just by simply running a piece of wire through it. So you want to be careful with that. Okay, let's go ahead and put this thing back together. Alrighty, we'll put our main jet in. Give it a little snugging. Alright, next will be the low speed jet. It goes up in that little bore right beside it. Just lightly snug it. And I went ahead and I gave the carburetor bowl a quick spritzer of carburetor cleaner and scraped as much of the old nasty varnish out of there as I could. There again, this is going to be kind of a quick and dirty job, so we're just trying to get as much of it out of there as we can. And we're just going to reassemble the carburetor and reattach it to the intake boot. Got the carburetor fully assembled now, and I went ahead and hooked up the fuel line, turned the gas on, made sure we didn't have any leaks or anything. Some other things you want to check after you get it fully reassembled is check all your vent hoses, make sure they're all routed properly. Also inspect your throttle cable, make sure you don't have a kink in it, make sure it's routed up through there, you got plenty of slack in it, make sure the throttle returns real good. And last but not least, after you tighten your clamps down on the intake and on the engine side of the carburetor, make sure that the boots are fully engaged into the snouts on the carburetor, so that way you're not sucking air and dirt through there and possibly damaging the motor. Okay, well, we're going to let this thing down off the lift and give it a kick and see what happens. Looks like the old KTM's gonna live to fight another day.
You betcha.
You know, and like I said, this is not the ideal situation for cleaning a carburetor, but for, you know, if you was out in the field under field conditions, this type of operation is perfectly acceptable. You know, basically whatever it takes to get you back in the dirt, by God. And I tell you what, you know, being in the motorcycle industry for over 27 years, I never thought I'd ever see the day that I would see a 2-stroke dirt bike with electric start. Man, what's this world coming to? Alrighty, well guys, appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good one. Catch y'all next time around. What are you looking at? Oh, no, you think I'm gonna ride that? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Yeah, I feel just like a kid again.